Hello, everybody. This is going to be more of like an informal video. It's mostly going to be me talking. I apologize. There's not going to be a lot of fun stuff going on the video, but I wanted to talk to everybody a little bit more about what's going on. I apologize for not putting up a video in the last almost month now. I think the last one this shows was a month ago. Um, excuse me. Since we last talked, I have started a film academy. I figured if I'm going to be doing this, I might as well learn as much as I can about cinematography and filming. If I'm going to be a director and all that good jazz. So I have, if I can find it, I just had it too. There it is. I've started a film academy. And just within this last month, that's as much as I've gotten done. 26%. Now, it doesn't look like much, but there's a lot to this. I have been going through a lot. There are hundreds and hundreds of videos. See what I mean? And this is only 26%. So I still got a long way to go. So this is what's been taking a long time. Well, this is part of what has been taking a long time. I wanted to make sure that my first film is a very good one. I didn't want to really just throw something out there and have it be, garbage. Look at this, still going. I just got halfway. So I wanted to go through all of this filmmaking. I wanted to go through everything I've been doing. I'm gonna end up changing a small portion of my story. I've been going through most of the story also around this time. I have the next thing I've got to do is gonna have to be my more than the story. It's gonna be the script. So it's taking a long time, and I know this is like it's been several months, but I don't want to rush it. It may take a long time to get this done. It may take a couple of years to get this video or this movie done. And at first I was like, well, a couple of years. That could be, why would it take that long? But I started researching into more movies and just take an example, Alita Battle Angel. That movie, minus the fact that it took 10 years for them to really start getting going on that movie. The Once they actually started doing pre-production of it. That pre-production took about a year at least. I think it was a little over a year. It took them months just to get the story, and then it took them another few months just to get the script. So, me being, the one man band that I am right now, sometimes with my son, it's I feel a little better knowing that this is going to take a long time. I mean, not really, but it makes me feel like I'm not really behind the eight ball yet. I still haven't even done this one yet, but I'm not really doing a music video right now yet. But I will get to this one. I've already almost completed just a short film cinema course. So more than just doing this, I wanted to get other things done. As you can see, I the last video I did, I redid the logo, the intro logo for Brewski Productions. I've been working on a, a new thing. Oh, of course, that decides it wants to, likes to have that. I am going to, yeah, I didn't make changes. I'm going to be doing here, yeah, there's going to be a price update in August 31st. Wonderful. As soon as I start up a new thing, they're going to increase prices. Anyways, this is a new place called Teespring. And I noticed this when I was watching some videos on YouTube that there's other creators that I guess, started, they have their own stores. And not that I have a large following or anything, but I figured I would at least kind of do stuff to get, I guess you would say, my brand out there, my production out there a little bit more. So I figured I would start a store, and well, there's one that's me. I, I wanted to buy something out of there to see what it looks like. So, um, but so I have started a store. I've already added it to my. I've added it to my website. Well, that's that. That's right there. I ended up putting it just through a button. Sends you to, well, it's going to look like it's through as if it's my website, but it's through Teespring itself. But I've got shirts, bike shorts, leggings for women. I've got tumblers. I really like Teespring. I've searched several sites, and this has been the easiest for me to do my logo. I have spent days going through trying to get these logos and everything, trying to get them nice. And it takes up so much time to go through. I still got to fix this one. See, each one of these I have to go through and I have to fix, and it's not supposed to have that on there. I got to fix that. But this is one of the other things I've been doing, is getting a merchandise store going. And I figured, for anybody that wanted to support Brewski Productions, I didn't want to just ask for money. Hey, can you send me money? I figured I wanted to give something back a little bit. Have you buy something, get something, and then still be able to help with my production. Now, I may go as far as going on Facebook. See, there's the other one I got to fix. Going on Facebook and, they have a donation thing where we can do donations. And that would be, I don't remember what the commission fee is for Facebook to do that. I don't know if all of it goes there or I think some of it gets taken. I don't know what the percentage is, but I figured maybe I could do that too. But that's going to be I started looking into that. That's going to be another day's worth of work. And again, I'm a one-man band, but I've got work, I've got a family, I've got a house, cars, I've got things to clean, I've got things to fix, I've got things in life going on, as I'm sure a lot of people have things on their plate. So I don't want to say this is not going to happen, because it is. It's just, it's taking time. Oh, there's the one that needs to get edited. So, as you can see, this is what I have to do. I have to go through and I have to fix things. So, there we go. That's the wrong one. Nice try, huh? There we go. So, there you go. Nice. Since these are darker, I needed to have the white logo. And there's going to be, I noticed that there's an issue with, first image they see, but I gotta always change this to the front. Trying to have everything consistent. And this is what takes a long time. See, they give you a base price. So when I saw the prices, I'm like, well, originally this was more like this. I look at it and go, I'm not going to charge you guys that much for it. So I this is all the profit I'm going to make off of this. So if you decided you wanted to buy one of these things, yeah, I'm not going to get hardly anything for it. I'm not going to, I don't want to charge over that much. I need to get something so I can put that towards my production. But I'm not counting on this to be a moneymaker for me, a real moneymaker. This is just more for getting my logo out as much as possible. And I'm going to be buying more things off this myself because I think some of this is really awesome. I'm really see, there's one right there. I haven't even edited this one. They $45. No, I put that down to 30 something. As you can see, all of these, I'm not really making much. That was not even clicked, so not yet. But I really like the variety that this site has for a lot of different ones. There was another one I was going for. I thought about doing, but like this one, Redbubble. This one I'd have to do more editing. I have to go through and actually make a picture that has the BP with that actually has, it says brewskiproductions.com. So I just haven't done it. I know it probably it's not going to be that hard to do, but I also don't know if I want two different stores. This one has stuff that the other one doesn't have. Like this one has, well, shower curtains, but it has stuff like laptop skins. This one has tablet cases, drawstring bags, clocks, journals, notebooks, stuff like that. The other one doesn't have that. I mean, it has backpacks. That could be cool, you know. And if anybody does decide to comment on this video, please let me know. Would you like to see two different stores that has one store has certain things that the other store doesn't have, and that store has stuff the other one doesn't have? Do you feel like going to two different stores to get the stuff that you want? Or do you just like, well, I'm not going to get this. We'll just go with one store to make it easier. I can link to both stores on my website and on my videos. As it stands right now, I am, well, that's the other thing I wanted to tell you about. This kind of does get into that. Since last I put a video, I was at 100 subscribers. Now I'm at 184. I've got way more subscribers. I've almost doubled them just since last. And that is amazing. Thank you very much. So if anybody would like to buy something, that would be great. If there's any other different designs y'all can think about, you know, I'm up for suggestions. You know, it is just pretty much one design right now. It's one design at the moment. If I can think of more designs, something else to come up to, or something else to put on these shirts, I'll try and do it. But as I do that, it means that I have to go through and do that for every single product, or maybe a few products. I may not do that for every one of them, but even from here, you can get back to my website. So from my website, it should hopefully feel like you're not really leaving my site, even though technically you are. Yeah, I've got a merch store up and running. So let me know what you guys think about that, as it stands for that, at least. Getting back to my site, I also have, if you noticed, I put an affiliate link for tomorrow's filmmaker, which was this that I talked about earlier. I have bought this. It was $97. Normally it's, what did they say? It was $897, something like that, almost $900. And considering how much you get, you know, if I had seen this back when it was, you know, regular price, right before all this calamity started, I probably, I wanted to do some kind of academy online. There's no way I'd have the time or the ability to go to an actual place and do this. As much as I would love to get more of the hands-on, I would have to do most of my stuff online. I don't have the time. I'm always busy doing a lot of other stuff. About the only time I really get is on my days off, and that's like in the middle of the night. I get a few hours, but I got to keep my night schedule. So my days off on the middle of the night, I spend going through videos. At least I have for a while. I've been going through a lot of this stuff. As you can see, I still have a lot more to go. So please be patient with me. I am learning all about the good stuff. All about, filmmaking. With this, I put, like I said, my affiliate link in here. So if you click on this, I'll get a commission off of it. It doesn't charge you anything extra. It's still $97 for anybody who joins it right now. How long they're going to do this, I'm not sure. They've been doing this for the last, I believe it's year. And as long as this craziness continues, they're probably likely to keep it going. So if you would like to see this Filmmakers Academy, it helps me out. I get a small commission anytime somebody signs up for it. It's great. It's only $97 now. It seems like a lot of money, but trust me, I started going through this. It's been about a month, and I'm 26% complete. Okay, so it takes a long time to go through this. Even just binge watching these videos, it still takes a while. Again, forgive me for this taking such a long time, and I don't want to spend too much time on this video. I do feel like I owe you explanations for why it's taking so long for this stuff, but I'm at the point right now where I've just about got my story done. I know what I want to do. I know, for the most part, I know the characters. There's going to be some, I have to think of more characters to put in this. I'm thinking about all the characters I have to put into this movie, from the main characters all the way to okay, I'm back. Took me a minute to find out. I don't know where, I must have moved it on accident, but I have my campfire blaze. This helps me write, and studio binder. These two, I'm kind of deciding between the two. I like Campfire Blaze because I can, and I'm not going to show it, but I can go through the timeline from beginning to end of how the three movies will be. And it will be I can make it far into the future. Like I said, I'm not going to go through these tabs because it'll give away the plot, what's going on. So I'm not going to do that. Save that for a later time. You'll just have to see when you see the movie. Studio binder. I can do most of the same things, but this is going to deal most with the actual nuts and bolts of the movie itself. This one doesn't deal with that. This deals with character, plot, and the world. This deals with the actual story of the movie and the characters. This one is going to deal with, which this can do some of that, but from what I've seen so far, it's far more in depth into the actual production side. Right now I'm using the free version, so I'm testing out all the things this can do. But as you can see, it's going to have stuff for the shooting schedule, which I need to really organize everything to the nth degree. I'm one of those people that you could say I'm OCD about it, but I like to have everything from beginning to end to know how I'm starting, everything in a line, where I need to be here at this time, and do this thing. This helps me do that. And this is going to really help me get, hopefully, all the production side, pre production, production, and post. So we'll see how that works out. Anyways, before I get really too long in this video, I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on. The stage I'm at, which is I'm just finishing up the story and I'm getting ready to work on. Okay, so through here, I have learned so much already through this. I've learned that the stage I'm at right now, some of the storyboard that I started writing, that I started doing, that's going to somewhat change. Not completely, but somewhat. Still going to have the crawl. So far, I'm still going to have that crawl. That may change. Okay, that was funny. You didn't see what happened. I was adding more to the video. I forgot to turn the mic on. So now I'm going to go back to that last part. Okay, about I was talking about how my intro is going to change slightly. Okay, I have been going through, like I said, going through this academy, and on going through this academy, I have learned some things about how to go from A to B. And so going from A to B, learning more about the story and all that jazz, I realized what I had was good, but I don't want it just good. I want it great. So I'm going to slightly change this intro, but I'm not going to be able to finish this intro yet. It probably won't come out, even the intro. Well, the intro itself probably won't come out at all. However, before y'all throw the pitchforks and torches out, before you start getting those ready, I will be putting out a trailer for this. But the trailer will not be coming out for a while. The thing is, with learning this, I've learned that there's a way of doing all this production stuff for videos and movies that Hollywood has learned over the last 120 years. And I really don't want to go against the grain on how certain things are done, because they've perfected it. You can see it now to the point where these movies nowadays, okay, some of them are most of them are hot garbage in certain respects. Story, characterization, plots, stuff like that. Complete hot garbage. But the production side of it, look at any one of these new movies. We'll just take, Star Wars fan here. We'll take this new Star Wars trilogy that just came out. Look at the cinematography. Okay, now some of it is hot garbage, but for the most part, it looks really good. You know what I mean? It got a lot of butts in the seats, but I don't want to just put butts in the seats. I want it to be more than just the cinematography. I want it to be story. To me, story and characterization is going to trump all. What good is a good movie, as you've seen? What good is great cinematography, or even half good cinematography, really good special effects, if your story is garbage? It's a dumpster fire. You know what I mean? If they can't plan out the story between 3 movies, what good is it? It doesn't. It's one thing to put people in seats and watching and go, oh, great, it's a popcorn movie. Turn your brain off for 2 hours and be done with it. What good is that if a year, 2, 5 years, 10, 20 years down the line, you look at it and go, forget it's a completely forgettable trilogy. But you look at the original Star Wars movies. I understand they didn't think of the other two movies as much when he first wrote Star Wars because it was just called Star Wars. It was not Episode 4. That was only because people loved it so much that they basically begged him to make more. And so he had to, well, you want to call it retcon it. Not really retcon it, but he went through and added it. Now it's Episode 4. And in a sense, it was really cool because then people were like, oh, wait, well, then what's Episode 1 and 2 and 3? Which they got to later in the 90s. But the point I'm trying to make is he he had a story. When everybody loved the first Star Wars, even just within that movie, he had a great story. He told a wonderful story. Did he pick parts of other movies and other genres to make that? Absolutely. But hey, they've been doing that throughout all of history of movies, is taking from somebody else, standing on the shoulders of giants to complete their work. It happens throughout all of history for all kinds of things, just everything, even science and things like that. But he made it all his. He came up with a whole universe worth of content. I mean, look at what we're doing. I'm making something based upon other characters that were created because of this. So it tells you that that first story itself was so powerful that from the 70s till now, that's 40 years ago, it's still being talked about, still being revered as a wonderful story. That's what I would like to bring things back to. I don't want it to be like these sequel trilogies or the sequel trilogy that people look at it and go, it's completely forgettable in 20 years. I want it to be like the original ones. They're not completely forgettable. They're wonderful, and people revere them and make stuff based upon that. So, yes, this is not a standalone movie of mine. The story isn't even fully mine. It's mostly somebody else's, but I'm adding in certain things here and there. Once I'm done with this movie, this is kind of like my, not baby project, this is like my first real project. So I'm going to stand on the shoulders of giants and try something that deviates a little bit, but not so much that you're like, oh, what is this? This isn't Star Wars. No, it'll be absolutely Star Wars. But I want to put my mark on it a little bit and have a story to tell with some of these Star Wars characters. After that, I don't want to get into exact stories that I do have. I have some that are, I have a couple that are actual historical stories that I have working around in my brain that nobody else has done yet. I've only read certain new articles about it. And boy, howdy. Some good stories. So I've thought about doing those, and I've come up with a couple other stories. But that's for another time. And yes, it will eventually get explained, unlike in the sequel trilogy where it's a good story for another time. Yeah, this is a good story for another time that will actually happen. My story is just about finished, and I'm going to be starting on my script, which will be through here, Studio Binder. This is also a really good website. I it's free right now, the one that I have that I'm using, but there's a paid version of this that'll give you, I can have other people help me. Right now, since I'm a one-man band, I can do this all myself. I don't want to be, I can't really pay for the paid version yet because it's going to be stuff that I'm not going to even use right now. So once I get other people working on this with me, I can have other people doing different things. I can add them in and they can see and edit things in here, like the shooting script, schedules. This one is going to be great for all the production side of things. This other one, not that one, this one, Campfire, is more for my story and plot and my, not template, but my timeline. I'm not going to show that yet because that's going to give away my story. I cannot give that away yet. But just know it's a good story. It's going to have to change a little bit, but I can't film it yet because I don't have the characters. I don't have the actors for it yet. So that's going to be actually towards production. Once I get to the actual production of it, and I get my characters, I get the locations, I get all that stuff that has to do with the production of it, then I can film that stuff. But even then, I'm going to have to wait till post production before some of this, I want to try and build a trailer. And this is what, movies do is during production, they don't even show trailers until probably middle towards the end of production because you got to get a certain amount of shots in. I'm not going to be rushing anything. I've seen movies when they rush things. They have great ideas, great story on some of them, and then they start rushing. Like, we have to get it on a deadline. We have to get it on this deadline because, big studios, they want to get their money out there, or they want to get their movie out there to get the money back. And they don't want to spend a lot of time fronting all this money when they're not going to get a return yet. So they have certain timelines. I'm not like a big movie studio. I'm one man. I will be bringing more people in. You can be sure, because as ambitious as this is not a one-person job. There's no way to do this by doing it myself. I have to have more people with me. I will be bringing others in. Now, I'm not going to say who. I have ideas on who are going to be who I will be bringing in, as long as that's possible, if they agree. If I can bring the people I want in with this that I want, then it's going to be amazing. If not, I have backup plans. I will do what I can. But in the end, I do not want this project to suffer because I can't get certain people. It would be a shame. There are people I would like to get, and if I can't get them, it's going to be disappointing, but it's not going to break the project. I'll put it that way. So I know I'm being cryptic about things. It's really early in the development. That's why I can't get into a whole lot of real details, because that gives away certain things that are going to happen in the movie. It might also give away certain things that I don't want to give away. Super secret squirrel stuff. But just know that as it stands right now, I am still going through Academy. I am finishing up my story, and I will be working on my script. Somewhere around here, I'll be working on my script. See, nothing yet. I have story. So I must write my script once I've completely finished my story and my characters. If that helps give an update. It's probably taken 20 minutes for me to basically say I'm at the point of going from story to script. I apologize. I ramble. But I felt like I needed to tell you more about things. I've been working on things. Most of it's been in the background. It's been stuff like merchandise stores, so I could at least give you guys something to do. Have something. I mean, come on, a pint glass. I am big into collecting glasses, so I can drink ice water. I'm a big ice water fan. So I will be buying this. Oh yeah. Anyways, I wanted to have something that could give back, where you buy something to help support my work, rather than just here send you know send money to help support the work. If you want to donate, I'm working on it. I'm working on something to go through Facebook, and maybe even working on a Patreon, or like a crowdfunding thing, because I'm going to need more money for this. The ideas that I have, it's not going to take a lot of money. It's obviously not going to take millions. And I actually, believe it or not, I really don't want millions to be able to make a movie, because I've seen what these big studios do with millions of dollars, and most of it's hot garbage. It's like they get all this money and they don't know what to do, so they just throw money at special effects and things and forget the story. I don't want to forget the story. I want the story and the characters to be the central part of this. But at the same time, I don't want it to look like hot garbage either, or sound like hot garbage. I, there is a there is one. What is it called? Birth of a Monster. Okay, well, that's not it. This, I'm not going to play it, but watch this. Watch this. This is, if you see this, Birth of a Monster, a Star Wars story, this is about the quality. If I can get this quality, I'll be happy. If it looks like this, I will be happy. This is about 20 minutes long. Uh, Mine's going to be about 20, maybe 30 minutes, depending on, again, the script. I've got to write out the script before I know how long it's going to actually be. But this is how I want mine to be. Something that looks like this. So watch this if you're watching this video. Hopefully you are. But this is a good representation of what I want to do with mine. So, and then also go to here, Slice of Life. These guys, they made a movie called Slice of Life. It's also about 20 something minutes long. And that, they did this all out of their garage and did a fantastic job. So if you get a chance, watch this too. See, this is what I would like to do, production diaries. So this will be later during actual production. Pre-production, you're not going to see much. And I apologize again, but there is this one right here. Type Slice of Life in YouTube. Blade Runner short film Slice of Life. This is it. Watch this one too. Very well done. Now, mine's not going to be dark and gritty and rain and all that like this. This is more of a Blade Runner takeoff of a short film. I'm just saying. But the idea of it, the cinematography of it, the fact they did this on a very small budget with a small crew in their garage. Again, this is, in a sense, like how I want to do my stuff. I want to keep my stuff as small, well, not too small. I need a certain amount of money to get certain things done. But if I spend a few $1,000s on this movie, which I probably will, it'll probably be under, I'm sure it will be under 10,000, I'm hoping. But that's a lot of money. But again, that's part of the pre-production, is figuring out how much it's going to cost. But I won't know that cost until after I do my script, and then I have to do storyboards, and I have to go through props. I have to go through costumes, everything. I have to go through and budget out everything. And I'm probably going to have to bring somebody in to figure out all that. I'm trying to figure out as much as I can by myself, but if I need help, I will get that help. But it will be, I have to get a budget for this. And I'm hoping it doesn't balloon out more than, say, 5,000. But then again, it's 5,000 or whatever it is over probably the next 2 years for 3 films. Because I will be shooting probably all 3 films around the same time. But I will be releasing them. Again, this gets back into the production. I'll be releasing them one at a time, slowly. Kind of like a trilogy, but it'll be like Lord of the Rings. How Peter Jackson did his. He filmed all 3 at the same time, but released them separately. That's probably the route I'm going to be going. So, and remember, everything I've talked about here, just about everything is subject to change. Here and there, maybe a little bit. I don't really expect anything to change majorly. But then again, I haven't really talked a whole lot about, I haven't talked really about the plot. So, but just the production side of it, some things might change, like on the intro, how I do, the intro. I kind of got talking about it and I kind of got off into the weeds. I apologize. Really quick on the intro. I can't do the intro the way I wanted it. But again, once I realized how I want to do it, it's going to be better than how I originally planned it. So, I know pitchforks and torches here. But, before you get those out, just know this will be better. This is going to have characters, not just all CGI beginning. It's going to have characters that are going to have to be filmed. So it cannot be done early. I cannot just rush things. So it will be pushed back towards production side of it to film it and release it. I don't think I'll be releasing just the intro. At that point, I'll have more of the movie filmed, and therefore I can have an actual trailer. Kind of like how, and I'll have some production diaries like Slice of Life does, like these guys. I will try and get that going so that we can have some behind the scenes going and you can catch up on what's going on. And we'll be able to see more of the production side, see how sets are built, costumes are done, props are made. I'm going to be collaborating with others, some YouTubers possibly, if I can. As those times come up, if I am able to announce who they are, I will. And hopefully it will help me out. These guys have been doing this for a lot longer than I have. I'm just starting out on this, so I want to get as much professional help as I can, and other YouTubers and other professionals. And the great thing, I wanted to say really quick, the great thing about this Tomorrow's Filmmaker is they have this filmmakers community. I can get help from a community, and this one you have to get this Tomorrow's Filmmaker. You have to buy this to be able to get it. It's a private group, so you can't nobody else can just get on here. But I'm going to be going through this, and I'm going to be finding other people to help collaborate with me. I'm going to be finding people that know production side of it, people that know casting, characters, the actors, actresses, and I want to get, at least a certain amount of people together to help make this. So right now it's just me, every so often my son. Later on, you're going to start seeing other people joining in. And it's going to hopefully be it will start going quicker, if that makes any sense. Because I'll have more people, I can get more things done faster. Because as it stands right now, I've got a life outside of this production thing I'm doing. I've got work, I've got a family, I've got a house, cars, I've got things that need to get fixed, things that need to get cleaned, things that need to just get taken care of, and family and needs that have needs of their own, and I can't just drop everything to do this as much as I would love to. Well, okay, no, it sounded bad. Don't take that bad. As much as I would love to spend more time doing this, unfortunately, I have other obligations that I have to make. But it will get done. It's taking time. As I get deeper into this, as I get better at doing this, and then I will be able to make this go faster and get done faster. So instead of, I don't want it to take 5 years. I want it development hell. No way. I don't want that to happen. So I'm kind of keeping myself to a somewhat of a schedule, but I want to make sure it's done right. So hopefully this explains more. I will be cutting up this video a little bit here and there to kind of make it flow better. That's it for now. Just know that more things are getting done, and I wanted to say again really quick, thank you so much for 184 subscribers. Just since I've done the last one, I've almost doubled the amount of subscribers. So that's amazing. So hopefully this gets going faster and I'll be able to put out more stuff. And as I get more through this filmmakers thing, I'm going to try to do some testing and things, and I'll put some of that testing stuff up here on the channel. So that way y'all can see how things are progressing, and you can start seeing what equipment and things that I'm going to be using to get this done, and some of the techniques I'm going to be using to get things done. So we'll see how this works out. Thank you very much for listening in and joining me along, and hopefully not all falling asleep. So thank you very much. Bye.